Last week, a Chinese rocket came down over the sea, and the ship caught it in a net, like a filter catching a ball, except the ball weighs dozens of tons and is falling from the space. But here's the strange part. SpaceX has been landing rockets for 10 years, and they don't need a net. Their rockets grow legs and start up by themselves. It works. So why would China throw their playbook away and build a giant floating net instead? As a supply chain consultant, here's what actually happened. Welcome to Jeff Decodes China. Start with a brutal piece of physics. Those landing legs on the Falcon 9 weigh around 2 tons, and on the way up, they do nothing. They don't push, they don't lift. They are 2 tons of dead weight the rocket hauls to the edge of space and back. Which means every single launch, SpaceX gave out about 2 tons of satellites it could have carried instead. That's the tax you pay for a rocket that lands itself. China chose another way. The Long March 10B flight with no landing legs at all, just the hooks. And the catching happens out at sea. The platform unfolds a flexible net, and the rocket comes down into it. The complexity actually didn't disappear. It just moved off the rocket and onto the ship. And that ship is a monster. 25,000 tons, 140 meters long. But the size isn't that hard part. Here's the hard part. A normal ship only has to hold position with the waves hitting head-on. This one has to hold position with waves hitting from the side at 60 and 90 degrees, and stay steady enough that the rocket falls from the space hits the net a few dozen meters wide. The rocket has to aim, the ship has to not move. So now the real question, why would you design a system that puts that much weight on the ship? Because of what China already has. Chinese shipyards take more than half of the world shipbuilding, and over 60% of all new orders placed globally. When you have the best shipyard on Earth, a solution that means some ships stop looking crazy. It starts looking obvious. SpaceX's strength is aerospace engineering, so it made a rocket solve the problem. China's strength is shipbuilding and heavy equipment, so it made the ship solve the problem. Each one shaped by what the country was already good at. And that's a takeaway. And it has nothing to do with the rockets. Most companies copy the leader solution, but the leader solution is built on leader strengths. And if you don't have those strengths, you are copying the answer to someone else's question. Your strategy should be on the asset sitting in your hand, not the ones you wish you had. I'm Jeff. Subscribe to Decode Chinese Supply Chains. And if you want to source from China or know more about China but don't know where to start, just message me. See you.